Did he go? He's gone. You sure? Now, I'm going to tell you what I really, really, really feel about The Dark Knight Rises. As you may know, I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm a bit of a geek. And I find the good in movies that people say shitty. And I think I'm going to go the complete opposite with this one and find the shit in a movie that everybody's saying is good. Christopher Nolan is another one of those Hollywood types who thinks he can take 70 years of story and write it better. Yes, I said 70 years of story because he takes 5 classic Batman arcs and jams it into a 2-hour, 45-minute movie and then decides he can write them better. Okay, oh, and just to let you know, spoilers will abound in this video. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, just go watch the other video, because that one's good, that one's safe. But, if you don't really give a damn, or if you've already seen the movie and you just want to hear me rant and complain about it, please continue enjoying this, the Nerd Rage rant of the century. Okay, first of all, Batman has been absent for 8 years. 8 years the man has decided since he took the fall for everything that Harvey Dent did to just sit on his ass. But seemingly, somehow, he's still injured. 8 years later, and he's limping around on a cane. And then he gets a magical mechanical knee brace and everything's fine. No mention whatsoever of his physical ailments after that. The arcs in which Christopher Nolan tries to rewrite would be Nightfall, which was the introduction of Bane, in which Bane broke Batman's back. The murder of Bruce Wayne, yeah, that's how it ends. The introduction of Talia al Ghul, who is Ra's al Ghul's daughter, who really was only around in the beginning to become impregnated by Bruce Wayne so that Ra's al Ghul would have a connection to the Wayne family fortune, and none of that's in this, though. Don't worry about that. They're just Talia al Ghul. Bruce bones the hell out of her, no apparent reason whatsoever. They just, they get romantically involved, and bam. And then we have Catwoman, the introduction of Catwoman, who I will say, Anne Hathaway played a perfect Selina Kyle. That was like the one shining bright star in this fucking movie, was Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. As far as Tom Hardy's Bane goes, he was good, but I seem to think maybe they had a different character in mind when the story was originally being planned, and Bane was then thrown in because the studio wanted him and not the original character. Because outside of the physically being able to compete with Batman, he's intelligent enough that it really seemed like he could have been the Riddler, but even though Talia al Ghul was the mastermind behind it all, and she was the child that came from and rised from the pit, and all of this was just so Liam Neeson could make a 5-second cameo. Yes, Liam Neeson makes a 5-second cameo, and he's not Ra's al Ghul risen from the Lazarus pit. No, he is a pain-induced hallucination of Bruce Wayne. And then, what else they try to jam in this? Oh yeah, Christopher Nolan said he would never introduce Robin. He does. Well, no, he introduces Robin, not Dick Grayson, not red, green, and yellow spandex Robin. He introduces Robin John Blake. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character that everybody said was going to be Robin. Yeah, he is Robin, except they're completely skipping over him ever being Robin and him being an orphan that Bruce Wayne raises. But Bruce raises him indirectly through a Wayne orphanage, and, his name just happened to be Robin. And all the while, everything is going on, we're also meant to believe that Bruce Wayne was forethinking enough to set up his entire will and estate once he loses his money so he can fake his own death at the end. Yeah, there's plot holes abound greatly in this movie that you're just they're staring at you like, that wouldn't happen, that's completely stupid. But because it's Christopher Nolan, we'll agree with it. I can rage and rage and rage and rage and rage about this. But I'm trying to keep these videos short, as people with higher view counts than me and well higher subscribers than me, they told me to kind of keep them condensed. Thanks, Cuban guy. So I'm going to keep it short and just know that I cannot stand this movie. I literally, at the end of this movie, sitting with two of my friends, said, fuck this film. I did. I went fuck this film in a theater that wasn't actually all that full anyway, so it didn't really matter. But if you do like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, and that's your quintessential Batmans, you will enjoy this film. It was a movie. It's almost 3 hours. I will say the pacing's good enough that you don't feel like you're sitting there for 3 hours. So that was done well. I don't know if it was our theater or if it was the soundtrack for the movie in general, but there was some horrible sound effects that just pulled you right out of it. And I would have to see it again in a different theater to know if that was part of the film and not just a fuck up by the theater. But that, otherwise, as a film, I guess it was okay. As a nerd who loves Batman and the DC Universe, I could not stand it. I'm sorry, a nuclear bomb goes off and Superman doesn't show up. Just saying. But go see the movie. There's other... It's good. Don't let all that stupid shit in Colorado keep you from going to see a film. I'm not even going to get into that. I say go see the movie. I don't think it's going to do as well as Avengers. I may be wrong. I'm filming this on a Saturday. Tomorrow I may come home and be like, oh, fuck, I screwed up. But go ahead, go see the movie. It was pretty good. It was great if you like Christopher Nolan. But it was a decent movie. If you nerd raged over the last two, you're gonna nerd rage hard on this one. But luckily, in 2 years, we'll get a reboot and we'll get a Justice League movie eventually, because DC's got to compete with Marvel now. So that's the end of the review. Keeping it short. Any questions, comments, leave them below. You want me to review any other movies that are out or on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever? If you want to just hear this awesome voice of mine and my opinion that it's always right, hit me up in the comments, instant message, whatever. And until next time, peace. Pretty good for one.